If it's a sunny day, you'll probably need a sun hat. And if it's a rainy day, then you'll need an umbrella and some rain boots. Else, a jacket will do. And that's how code works. Now let's discover coding with Project CodeX. Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ayapha Ralasi, and if you are new here, welcome to the family. So in my last video, I spoke about how to get into the tech industry without a computer science degree. And I spoke about how CodeX, Project CodeX, an institution in Cape Town, helped me get into the tech industry without a computer science degree or a STEM degree. So in that video, I did not talk about what coding is. I did not talk about what is needed to get into coding. And in this video, I want to go back a few steps and demystify what coding is and demystify every myth that is related to coding, reasons why people won't even think about coding, because so much has been said about it and it just scares us because we watch movies and we see people writing those weird lines of code in a black screen in a dark room, and we think that's what coding is, when in reality that is not at all what coding is. So that's what I'm here to do today with this video. I really do hope you enjoy it. So let's jump straight into it. Number one, you need to be a genius. You need to know mathematics. You need to have gone to a good mathematical school for you to learn how to code. This is not true. This is completely not true, right? So programming, right, is about solving problems. Coding is about solving problems. So if you are able to make a decision, if you are able to solve 1 + 1, if you are able to think about how to put things and sort things in your house, then you are already thinking like a coder, because that is all there is to it. It is giving instructions to a computer, the computer interpreting those instructions and giving you a result. So if you're able to take decisions, give instructions, then you would be able to give coding a chance and see what coding is, right? So no, you don't need to be a mathematical genius. You don't need to be an A student in mathematics for you to start coding. You just need to be a little bit curious. So if you're curious, then coding could be for you, and you need to discover coding. The second myth I would like to demystify is age, right? There is no right age to start programming. There is no right age to start coding. When you are ready to start coding, it does not matter if you're 12 years old. It does not matter if you are 30, if you're 40, or if you're 50. As long as you are interested and curious, it is the right time for you to start coding. So there is no right age. There is no too late to start coding. I'll give an example. When I started exploring programming and thinking about coding, I was 21, and then I joined CodeX at the age of 22. When I was at CodeX, there were people who were much, much older than me, but there were also people who were much, much younger than me, and there was just a wide age gap with everyone that was there, and that did not hinder anyone's success or understanding of coding based on their age. So there was no because you're younger you learn quicker, or because you're older you learn quicker or slower. There is no age and coding are not directly related to each other. You can start coding at any age. The next myth is gender. Now this is a big one, because there's a lot of females that do not even think about coding. They don't even look in the direction of programming, because that's what we've seen, that's what's been modeled, that's what we are used to. Even in movies, the coding genius is usually a guy in a black hoodie sitting in a dark room, and they look boring, they look like nerds, right? And that takes us away as females from programming. And I'll admit as well, I didn't think it was for me as a female, because of what I've seen and what I've experienced is mostly that men. It's men that I see doing coding and programming. But I'm here to say now, today, that coding, programming is not for men only. It is for everyone, and anyone can become a coder as long, like I said before, as long as you are curious. So programming has no gender. It has no gender attached to it. So whether you're male or female, especially if you're female, spaces like CodeX are really, really looking at expanding and growing, the females in the industry. So if you're a female right now, especially, there's a lot of opportunities because companies and institutions like CodeX are trying to get to close the gap between the males and females in the industry. So if I were to give you advice as a female, I'd say go for it, because there's so many sponsorships, there's so many people that are willing to invest in teaching women code and in hiring women in the industry as well. So if you're a female, please do consider programming, and don't let the fact that you're a female stop you from going into code. So the fourth and last myth that I will be debunking today is the fact that people from low income communities cannot become programmers. They cannot code, right? This is totally, absolutely not true. And this is why Project CodeX in Cape Town focuses on those low income communities, because they want to bring coding, they want to bring programming and software development to those people who do not think that they could end up in such spaces because they think it's too far out of their reach, right? So you can code. If you have a smartphone right now and you're watching this video, that means you have an internet connection. Then put those things together and you can already start coding. And this is the message that I would really like to get out there, that coding does not have to be on a MacBook. It does not have to be on an iPad. As long as you have a smartphone that's working, whether it's Android or Apple, or it's fine. If you have a machine, a laptop, whether it's on Windows, Linux, iOS, it's fine. As long as you have access to those things, you can start programming now, today. And that's what Project CodeX is there for. That's what they're trying to get to you and to everybody else that comes from low income communities who think that they can never have the opportunities like everyone else, right? So that's the last thing that I really, really wanted to put emphasis on, that coding is not for the rich. It's not for the well off. It's not for people who come from, privileged backgrounds. It is for everyone. Anyone and everyone can start and can become very successful in the technology industry, as long as you're curious and you're willing to go the mile with it. So I think that's pretty much what I had for you today. I just wanted to, get this out there. So even the people that have their minds closed to coding because they think it's just not for me, I don't think you can ever know it is not for you unless you give it a try. And that's all I'm asking for. Just give it a try, just give it one try and see if you find it interesting. CodeX is running some Discover Coding webinars. I am going to be dropping the link to the CodeX official website. I am also going to be dropping the link to their Discover Coding page. So if you really, really want to see and want to know more about coding, you can visit their site where you can also find their contact details and get into contact with them and keep this thing going. So I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions for me, I just want to say that after my last video, I got so many Instagram DMs from people asking me about Project CodeX and coding, and I want to say feel free to keep those DMs coming. Nothing makes me happier than knowing that the information that I put out there gets to someone who needs it and can actually use it. So I'll never be rude to your questions or not answer your questions. So if you do have questions, please reach out. You can drop them in the comment section. You can send me an Instagram DM. That is also fine. And let's get you coding. Until next time, please like my video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on anything else that you would like me to talk about. Until then, bye.